this is Eddie Morrissey at Princeton, just contributing to a zone research project, X and O Labs. I'm going to go real quick through what we talk about here at Princeton, and then I'll get to some video. You can see the slides in front of you. Fast and physical is what we talk about every day. It's who we are as an offense. Tempo, tempo, tempo. Can't get enough of it. And going to get into today on mid-zone and long zone, playing fast, using tracks, helmet placement. We must be in great shape as a offensive line. All right, I want to start with mid-zone and long zone. Mid-zone is a C-gap zone. Long zone is a D-gap zone. Long zone, our technique, the four kind of things I'm going to hit on to contribute to some questions that were asked. Long zone, elbow, whip, pivot, and then run and strain after you have gotten your helmet placement on a defender, and then strain vertically. Mid-zone, full line track call. Whatever call you're going to use to get your O-line all going on a track. So for mid-zone, it would be bucket on a 45-degree angle and run that track. I'll explain that off the video. Next will be mid-zone color technique for an uncovered lineman. And basically three things will happen when I'm uncovered. Color meaning the defense. Color will be away, color will be at me, and color will linger. So away, at me, and linger. And then mid-zone and long zone, backside cutoff. Mid-zone, I will talk about rip and run and cutting the backside. We would never cut on the backside of long zone. Again, that's rip and run, and I'll get to that as we get into the video. You can see off the diagram, long zone, elbow whip, pivot, run, and then we'll strain. Helmet placement outside on the defender. Again, we'll get to that when I get to the video. Track call on middle zone, playing fast. You can see the defense, they're not set. One guy's down, guys are standing up. We give a call that we use here at Princeton. You can come up with your own call, obviously. Track call on middle zone, playing fast. Bucket, rip, run, take care of the down defenders before coming off on a second level defender. You can see in this diagram the center is uncovered. So I'm using this as the example. Color, you can see the three different arrows. Away, color is lingering, and color is at me. And the way we would react to how the color / defender would act. As he's at me, we take it over. He's away, I put it on the covered lineman. And if he lingers, I would also do the same, and I have clips on that to show. Last diagram, backside cutoffs on zones. We try not to cut, even though we talk about cutting on the backside, but we would much rather be able to rip, run, take guys over, especially when they're tired, we're not, and we just are able to cut these guys off on the backside. The tighter the defender, the more we would cut, but what we talk about all the time on our zone play is run the front, cut the back, run the front, cut the back. Thank you, sir. All right, we're on to the video, and I'm going to talk about long zone and then ripping and running. And a good example on this one is our left tackle. Now we're in an unbalanced set, so if you look at the left tackle, which would be really in a tight end position, but just how he is elbow whip, not truly facing the sideline, but he is ripping and running and taking over the defensive end. So I wanted you just to see this just from how he's getting his helmet placement outside, how he's running outside, and now as he's making contact with the defender, he presses vertically. And you can see we get a little penetration. It's not all great. You can see the left guard's late getting out of his stance, but my focus isn't there. I wanted you to see the technique of the left tackle. And then, good finish on the play. And next, I want you to look at the left guard. And you can see this is long zone to the left. And you can see an example of straining once you've made contact. He's trying to get his backside arm across the defender. He's running as fast as he can. We want to cut our splits down to a foot. And then we just want to elbow whip, pivot, and run. And even the backside guard, who doesn't have great footwork, you can see how he's ripping and running and taking over that defender. The defender ends up on his backside shoulder. But what I really like is the left guard and how he's straining and straining and straining and straining and taking him over. And the running back makes a nice cut. So, obviously the tackle is doing the same thing, and he's running out in space, and he flips a defender. But on that diagram, I wanted you to see the See the left guard. All right, the next question I was asked. So now we're running mid-zone, and you want your whole O-line to be on tracks. This is what we would call a scrum call. Just like in rugby, everybody's ripping, everybody's running. You know, a bad example is why I don't want to cut when we're making a scrum call. You can see my left guard's not able to get up. He kind of gets held a little bit, can't get off it. We cut, and it's an unfortunate flag, but what I wanted you to see is us all running that way, trying to stretch it on the front side. I think the guard spends a little bit too much time on the down, but I really like the center. I like how the center is bucket. He's running his track and then reaches a defender. So we do not want to cut on a scrum call. I'm showing you a good play, and then I'm showing you a bad play. Again, so here is scrum call again. And we're playing at a fast tempo. The defense is not completely set, and we're running off the ball. And this is another example on the backside. I do not think you need to cut here. I think we can take over both of these defenders because it's out of the gun. And you can see the quarterback's holding the D end and probably going to hold the linebacker as well. But what I'm looking at here is I would rather see the guard on this angle, tackle, lose a little bit more ground, and take this over with no need to cut. And then you can see the front side. And what I'm talking about when I say stretch the front side is here's my bucket at a 45 degree, and then I want to be on this track. And then the guard is already here. He should just lend a little bit of presence. We're driven by this linebacker. So the more he's plus front side, the less presence I can give. And again, I like how the center is coming off the ball. It takes that over. And if we had done a better job on the backside, back's walking in the end zone. All right, one more clip of a scrum call. A little better by the right tackle. I like his helmet placement. He's a little bit high, but I like how he takes it over. The guard is a little bit too lateral. My focus here is on the center. I like how he comes off the ball and gets after this defender. And on the backside, I love the left tackle, how he's ripping and running. And I'd certainly like to see him just finish it, keep pressing vertically. But it's a good run. All right, real quick, another question that was asked was the uncovered lineman. And on this example, I'm just going to give you the center is uncovered. So the defender can do three different things. The color can go away, the color can linger here, or the color can be at me. So what we talk about is taking our bucket, my helmet placement, trying to get on the bicep, and the defender, I'm not keying, I am, as the uncovered, I'm not keying anything specific on the D lineman. As I open, I'm looking into my gap, and then where's the color? And I'm taking 3 steps to determine that before I would climb vertically. So it would look like this, and I'm on this course, and then if the color was to stay outside, I'm going to be here. If the color is lingering, I'm going to put the color on the covered offensive lineman, and if the color is at me, we lend presence as the covered, and we turn this into a double team, and I take that over as the uncovered. And you can see, I don't like the guard. I don't like his footwork. I think he's just trying to throw his butt in the hole. I think the tackle can stretch a little bit better. The center's a little bit flat, steps underneath himself, but I like how he takes his three-step course, forces the color onto the covered O-lineman, and then he climbs vertically. And I'm going to get into this one, but I love the backside. I think the guard can be a little bit quicker, but I like the right tackle. How he's on the backside, you heard me talk earlier, how he is trying to rip and run. Backside, we run the front, we cut the back. And I think he's doing a great job here getting on the defender and then staying on. And you can see this clip, he's 7-8 yards downfield, and then the back makes a great cut. And that's what we like, vertical cut. Put your foot in the ground, get vertical, and just run backside. Run, 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 run. You can see our fullback does a nice job getting on the defender, but his angle's not great. But it's a good play, and we really like this play incorporated with our tempo. Okay, another example of color. Color's kind of lingering on the left guard. You can see the left guard hops, not great footwork. But again, the center. Now this one is a read for us, but I don't want you to pay attention to the read. I want you to pay attention to the center and what the center is doing to the 3 technique. So the color is starting to linger. He is putting the color on the left guard, who is the covered offensive lineman. I think the center does a great job and then climbs vertically. And on the backside, that's a conversation for another play. This is our read element on the backside. Okay, one more look here. Okay, center. Again, the color's lingering. Color's not so much at him. I think the guard should be a little quicker getting on the 3 technique, but I like the center on how he pushes the color onto the guard, and the guard should be really heavy with his inside hand and rip him across his face. And on the back side, I'm going to get to that, but on the back side, I can probably just get into this right now because it's my next topic. So I think the guard is decent. He's trying to press vertically. I think the left tackle should keep coming. And then we'd be able to, like we talk about, you can see us running the front, and then we would be cutting off the back side, and the tailback who makes a really good cut would have a nice lane. You would have this lane right here. Left tackle should have kept coming. All right, so real quick, a couple clips of backside cutoff. You can see this one's on a 2-eye. I love the right tackle and the effort. And a lot of times these plays are called within a drive, with tempo, off a big first down. The tackle should stretch here a little bit more. The guard should be running a little bit harder. I like the center, how he buckets and he climbs to the second level. And I love the backside. And you can see that's a 2-eye, and the right tackle is cutting off the 2-eye, so there was no need to cut. So we just cut off the 2-eye, and it's an excellent cut by the running back. And then he tries to get back with the wave of the play. It's a great run. Last clip, backside cutoff. Just one more example. I'm not talking about the front side. I know everybody can look at the guard and see the guard not getting his right helmet placement. That's not the point of this clip. I wanted you to see the backside. The left tackle should keep coming faster. Just like the previous play, the right tackle was ripping and running, and you could see him take over the 2-eye. Same thing here. We want to be on this angle here, and obviously depending on who we're working to, it then would tell us on the backside who we're working to. So this is a 2-eye. We should be scooping this 2-eye to this backside backer. So it should look like this, and keep running, running, running. If this guy goes here, we flatten that out, and I would take my steps trying to cut it off. And this will be the last one. I just wanted you to see it. I think of the tackle, I do like his bucket. Now he's just got to rip and run and sell out. And I think it'll even be a bigger play. Again, the back makes a nice cut. And the more we can work on the back side, it's not always going to be perfect. You get a lot of different looks and twists and movements, and that's why we like the zone play. The back puts his foot in the ground. If it's a little bit earlier, he can get himself vertical. But again, it's a good run by our back and a decent finish on the backside. But I wanted you to at least see the tackle on the backside on his rip and run and where he should have finished. Just a little bit faster. So that's our video, and hopefully that answers questions on our zone conversation. And anybody that's ever in the area at Princeton, we have open door policy. We get a great offensive staff, head coach that loves guys stopping through. You're always welcome, and hopefully we'll see you down the road. Thanks.